We have entered into an identity politics racial obsession in this country. And to me, as a lawyer, this is me putting my lawyer hat on here, race doesn't really come into question for me in either the O.J. Simpson trial or the Derek Chauvin trial, which was just the verdict came down yesterday. And let me explain why. Race is jet fuel on an already extremely explosive incident. But it doesn't actually matter to the underlying facts of the case. O.J. Simpson killed Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman based on all the factual evidence in the O.J. Simpson murder case. He was found not guilty in October of 1995, not because he was innocent of those murders, but because he was black and his attorney, Johnny Cochran, was able to argue that the American judicial system was historically racist and that in some way, as a result, O.J. Simpson wasn't responsible for his own actions. I don't buy into it, okay? Justice is supposed to be blind. I think you have to look at the facts of a case and take away race and to both the perpetrator and the victim, both directions, and just look at the facts of the case. The facts of the case are quite clear. In October of 1995, an honest jury would have found O.J. Simpson guilty of murder because he killed two people. Race doesn't matter in the Derek Chauvin, George Floyd case. Either you believe that Derek Chauvin, which the jury did, used unnecessary force on George Floyd and was responsible for his death as a result, or you don't believe that. The race of George Floyd isn't a significant factor in the actual facts of the case. The race of Derek Chauvin isn't a significant factor in the facts of the case. If you flipped the races of the police officer and of the victim, the media would cover it a lot less significantly, we know, because it wouldn't fit their preferred racial narrative. But the overall outcome of the case should not change from a jury perspective or from a legal perspective. And the same thing should be true of OJ. If instead of OJ killing two white people, if a white person had killed two black people in the exact same method, former NFL star in Brentwood, California, and the same thing in Minnesota had happened and you reversed the races, the outcome of the jury's decision should be the exact same because the law was not implicated by the race of anyone involved in those cases. And this is what I have argued for my entire career. And it used to be a liberal perspective to argue that you wanted the law to be applied evenly to everyone. Race, gender, ethnicity, religion did not matter. Now it's somehow turned into a racist perspective because you're not favoring some particular race in the way that you analyze a case. And I talked about this in the Brett Kavanaugh scenario. Brett Kavanaugh was presumed guilty because he was male and because his accuser was female. Well, that's everything that's wrong with the judicial system. We have to look at the facts of individual cases and render justice without considering the individual identity of race, religion, sexuality, ethnicity, immigrant status. All those things should not matter. The facts of a case should dictate, and race in both the O.J. Simpson and the Derek Chauvin case was not integral to the outcome of those cases.